Hey, in this video, we're going to see how we can manage a Palo Alto Firewall using ServiceNow and Structura.io. And let's say we have the following requirements for this project. All the changes to the firewall must come from ServiceNow tickets, can only be deployed if approval has been given, can only be deployed if the ticket is in the implementation stage, failed or incorrect tickets must be excluded until the next change window. We're going to start this project in ServiceNow, and there's going to be a few things we have to keep in mind while we're working on this project. The first is that there's multiple ticket types. There's change and incident tickets. Do we want to add support for both, or can we just use one? In this demo, we're just going to use change tickets. The next issue that we have to solve is that there's more than just firewall change requests coming into ServiceNow, and we need to find a way how to filter these tickets. There are many options on how we could do this. We could add tags, we could have strings in the short description that we match on, or we could use something else that ServiceNow has to offer us. And in this demo, we will use the hardware field within the ticket. The hardware field, in my opinion, is a good option because it guarantees a unique ID that we can easily filter on. And in the future, we can expand this project by allowing multiple different firewalls, say in different data centers, to be assigned to different tickets. The last issue we have to solve is how do we get the data from ServiceNow into Structura.io. ServiceNow has an area called scripted REST APIs. Scripted REST APIs allow us to create custom endpoints that Structura can later call. These endpoints will collate all of the data from the tickets that are adhering to the requirements of our project, is approved, is implementing, and hasn't been flagged as unsuccessful. Now we're going to switch to Structura.io. In a previous video, we discussed how you could use config-driven infrastructure as code to simplify your projects. If you haven't seen that video, I would check that out now, as this explains this project in a lot more detail than we're going to right now. The only thing different in this project versus the config-driven project is that we now have a ServiceNow tickets data source. This data source is calling out to a node script. The node script processes all of the data from the ServiceNow tickets and will find and merge any data for objects that appear in multiple tickets. If we were to run a Terraform plan right now, we would see that we only have one change. This is because we don't have any valid tickets within ServiceNow at this point. We would also see this if we navigate to the endpoint that we created, and we would see that the results is an empty array. Let's go through the process of adding some tickets within ServiceNow. We're going to add a short description, and then the implementation plan, we are going to add two objects, one for the network object we want to create and one for the host object that we want to create. We are then going to approve this ticket, move it to the implementation phase, and now if we run the plan in Structura, we will see that we now have three objects that we want to create. We have our access rule, we have a network object, and a host object. I went ahead and added another ticket that has an access rule, and here we can see in Structura it added to the plan. We're now going to apply these changes to the panorama. And now when we go to the panorama, we can see that these changes have been implemented. We have a new access rule with the source and the destination with the services that we selected within our tickets.